Hey guys, Dusty here. Today I'm giving my full 200-mile review on On's max cushioned Cloudeclipse. And like always, I'll go over some of the basic stats on the shoe, my experience running in it, and my final thoughts. Now the stack height, you're looking at 37 millimeters in the rear, 31 in the forefoot for a heel to toe drop of 6 millimeters. My men's size 8.5 weighs in at 9.5 ounces or 270 grams. The Cloudeclipse does fit true to size. Width is pretty average. No issues with the upper or the lockdown. As many of you know, On almost always knocks it out of the park with their uppers and their lockdown. The Cloudeclipse is no exception. It has a very comfy on-foot feel. And for those of you wondering, yes, the insoles are removable. Now the special part about this shoe is the midsole. So as you can tell, looking at this midsole, On went in a different direction and kind of went away from the traditional Cloud pods. So this new type of midsole On is calling Cloudtechphase. And I'll try to put some slow-mo up, but you can see as I'm stepping down, these gaps in the midsole are compressing sequentially. And I gotta say, this new cushioning system is incredible. And this is actually the second shoe that features the Cloudtechphase, the first one being the Cloud Surfer, which was released previous to this shoe. But yeah, just know that this cushioning system is not a gimmick. It's probably one of my favorite max cushion shoes. And it is max cushioned, however, it's not so soft that you're just going to sink into that midsole and get no energy return whatsoever. Yes, I do prefer this shoe for easy runs, recovery runs, long runs. However, I have dabbled with the shoe in some faster workouts. Usually when I do intervals or faster training, it's not in a heavy max cushion shoe, but I have to say the shoe did perform pretty well when I did use it for some workouts, even though it probably wouldn't be the first option I would personally use for a faster paced run. As of right now, I have 220 miles on this shoe, and I have to say the cushioning and the midsole feels exactly the same as it did when I first got the shoe. Another thing about this shoe is On went back to implementing a speed board. They didn't do it in their traditional way though. They put the speed board on the very bottom of the shoe, and I'm happy that they did this. So if you've ran in the Cloud Surfer, you'll know that was an incredible shoe. Didn't have the most support or stability though, and this being an even thicker, more plush, higher stack version of the Cloud Surfer. If they didn't put that speed board in the bottom, I bet this shoe would have been very, very unstable. However, with the speed board in this, I would say that this shoe is even more stable than the Cloud Surfer. So I know a lot of you haven't been fans of On speed boards in the past, but it works in this shoe, especially because it's at the very bottom. It's just going to give this shoe some stability that it would otherwise need if it wasn't for that speed board. All right, now the rest of the outsole is holding up incredible. So like I mentioned, over 220 miles, I only have a little bit of wear on the rubber on the lateral side of both of my heels. And overall, this is a great outsole, grips just fine on wet pavement. And best of all, because On went away from their traditional Cloud pods in the shoe, you are not going to get rocks stuck in this outsole. Alright, so my experience running in the shoe, if you couldn't already tell, has been very, very nice. Like I already mentioned, this is easily one of my favorite max cushion shoes I've ever had. I've done everything from really long 35K runs in the shoe to 5K easy recovery runs, and even a little bit of speed work, including I even took this on the track a couple of times for some faster pace stuff. So very versatile shoe, even though it wouldn't be my number one option for that track stuff. And as someone who has tons of shoes on the go all the time because I'm reviewing them, this is a shoe I actually enjoy so much I would buy it a second time. I think in terms of life of this shoe, I'm easily going to be able to get 450 miles, but I might even be able to squeeze out 500. I'll be sure when I retire the shoe, I'll let you all know kind of how the last half of the shoe's life went. And in terms of price, you're looking at 230 Canadian or 180 US. And that might be a little bit on the high range when you compare it to some of the other competitors out there. But I think that's still a fair price for a really versatile max cushion daily trainer that you're going to be able to get lots and lots of life out of. Another thing I'll quickly mention is I've recommended this shoe to so many people since my first run in it, and everyone that's picked up a pair has absolutely loved this shoe. On as a company over the last 12 to 18 months have put out some really nice shoes. You had the Cloud Go, and then the Cloud Monster, and then the Cloud Surfer, and now the Cloudeclipse. So overall, I'm really excited to see what's down the pipeline for On in 2024. And I think that's going to be it for this review. If I left anything out at all, leave your questions down below in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.